okay? I want you to pay attention to the present perfect tense because you are going to use this tense a lot, okay? So pay attention, take notes, and if you have questions, remember that you always can ask your questions to solve your doubts, okay? So when do we use the present perfect tense? Okay, in this lesson, we are going to use the present perfect tense to talk about experiences in our lives, okay? To talk about past experiences, okay? To talk about an action or an activity that we did in the past, okay? So that's when we use the present perfect. So today we are going to see how do we form this present perfect tense, okay? So we are going to check the structure. I want you to help me and I want you to check these exercises in exercise 3B. Here we have a question, here we have a negative sentence, and now in number 3 we have an affirmative sentence, and in number 4 a negative sentence. Okay, so I want you to help me to use or to form the structure of this present perfect tense, okay? So for example, in that sentences, in the affirmative sentences, what is the structure that you use? What do you write first in the affirmative sentences? Let's see here. This is an affirmative sentence, right? What do you write first in the affirmative sentence?
Subject.
Subject. After the subject?
Uh, have.
Have. Okay. After have?
Uh,
The verb.
the
The
verb.
verb. Okay. In which form? What is this form of the verb?
In the past?
In the
At the
past simple?
Past simple, yeah.
Not exactly.
No.
It's the past participle form of the verb. Okay. And the rest of the sentence. So let's check this in the structure of the affirmative sentences. Okay. So remember, we need a subject. Okay. We can use have or has according to your subject. Then we have the verb. The verb needs to go always in the past participle form of the verb, okay? And then we have the object or the rest of the sentence. This is the form that we are going to use for the affirmative sentences in the present perfect tense, okay? So I want you to tell me, when do you think we need to use have? When do we use have? When do we use have? And when do we use has? We're going to start with have. ¿Cuándo piensan que debemos utilizar have? Any ideas? ¿Cuándo podemos utilizar have y cuándo has?
I, you.
Okay,
We.
I and you.
We and they.
And we and they, right? So when we have I, you, we, or they as the subject of the sentence, we need to use have. For example, I have worked a lot. I have worked a lot. Or you have worked a lot. They have worked a lot. Or we have worked a lot. Okay, so all these subjects with have. Okay, and let's go now with has. When do you think we need to use has?
With he, she,
First person.
With the third person, right? With he, she, and it. So remember, when we have he, she, and it as the subject of the sentence, we need to use has. Okay, so we can say he has worked a lot. Okay, he has worked a lot, or she has worked a lot, or it has worked a lot. Okay, so for the third person. And then we have the verbs in the past participle. Okay, so in English, and here we have the structure of the sentence. As you can see, we can use have for I, you, they, we, and we can use has for he, she, or it. Okay, and here we have the verb in the past participle and the rest of the sentence. Okay, so as I was saying, in English we have different 3 forms of the verb. We have the infinitive form, we have the past simple form, and we have the past participle. Okay, this is a list of irregular verbs that you have on page 176 in your book. Okay, so for this tense, for the present perfect, we are going to use the 3rd column. We are going to use the past participle form of the verb. Ok, ya no vamos a utilizar el infinitivo ni tampoco el past simple. Ok, solo vamos a utilizar estos verbos que son en el past participle. Ok, estos son solo ejemplos de algunos verbos, no son todos los que existen, por supuesto, y tenemos que aprenderlos. Ok, porque los vamos a necesitar muchos de aquí en adelante. Okay, entonces, en la página 176, ustedes tienen la lista de verbos que deben aprender. ¿Ok? Pero estos son solo verbos irregulares. También tenemos verbos regulares, como por ejemplo, let's see, work. ¿Ok? Work in the infinitive form is work. In the past form is worked. And in the past participle form is the same verb, worked. ¿Ok? ¿Recuerdan los verbos que terminan en ed, que son regulares? ¿Ok? Entonces, todos los verbos que terminan en ed, en el pasado simple, también en el past participle terminan en ed. ¿Ok? Los que tenemos que aprendernos son los que son irregulares. ¿Ok? So, this is the past participle form of the verb. Any questions until here? Okay, so we were talking about the affirmative sentences, right? And this is the structure that we are going to use. We're going to see some examples of affirmative sentences, okay? For example, I have visited Brazil several times. Okay, as you can see, I am talking about an experience, okay? Then we have another, Maria has gone to the beach. Okay, as you can see, Maria is she. That's why we use has. Okay, I want you to tell me anything that you have done in the past with this structure. Okay, alguna experiencia que ustedes hayan tenido en el pasado utilizando esta estructura gramatical. Okay, think about your sentence and then we are going to share your ideas. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute. Okay, and let's go with Nisa, please. Can you read your sentence?
I have never been in Pando.
Okay, is that an affirmative sentence?
Negative.
It's a negative. What about affirmative sentences? Let's go with Agni. What is your sentence?
I have played basketball in a school championship.
Very good. Andres, please.
I have traveled to Unisolar.
Okay, thank you. Liliana?
I have run in the park.
Okay. Luciane?
I have been in Corumba past month.
Okay,
Teacher, para decir el mes pasado, ¿es last month o past month en esta parte de la lección?
Last month, pero en esta parte de la lección no especificamos cuándo hicimos la acción. ¿ok? No es necesario decir cuándo usted la realizó. Entonces usted solamente puede decir, I have, ¿cómo era su oración?
I have been in Corumba.
I have been in Corumba. Okay. What about you, Dariana?
I have visited Concepción last weekend.
I have visited Concepción. Como les había dicho, no es necesario decir el tiempo en el que se realizó, cuándo se realizó la acción. ¿Ok? Entonces solamente usted debe decir, I have visited Concepción. ¿Ok? Thank you. Let's go with the negative sentences. ¿Ok? So here we have the examples of the affirmative sentences as we saw them before. All of them are affirmative. Okay? Let's go with the negative sentences. We are going to check the structure of negative sentences. What do you think? How do you think we form the negative sentences in the present perfect tense? What do you think? Here you have the examples, right? So what do we need first for the negative sentences? Diana, Pachuri, what do you think? What do we need first?
Subject.
Mm-hmm.
And have.
Okay.
I don't know, teacher.
Okay.
Never.
Okay, never. Anybody else? ¿Alguien más que pudiera decirme?
Never or no.
Verb.
Okay, never or no, right?
Or no.
Not, right? Okay, so we can form the negative sentences in two ways. Okay, this is the first one. It says we need the subject, have or has, according to the subject. We use not, okay, and also the verb in the past participle form and the complement of the sentence. So this is the way, the first way in which we can form these present perfect negative sentences, okay? For example, Lucas hasn't watched the movie yet. Okay, as you can see, we have hasn't, has not, but we contract this auxiliary verb, okay? Here we have another one. Diego and Juan have never eaten majadito. As you can see, this is the second way in which you can form the negative sentences for the present perfect. We use have and never. Have never eaten majadito. Okay, en lugar de utilizar not, utilizamos never. Okay? Let's go to the examples. For example, here we have exactly the same sentence, but with the full form. I have not been in London. You have not been in London. He has not been in London. She has not been in London. They have not been in London, or we have not been in London. So this is the full form, la forma completa de la oración, okay? But also we can use the contracted form, haven't or hasn't, okay? I haven't been in London, or he hasn't been in London. So this is the contracted form. And also we can use the never, never to emphasize. We use never when we want to emphasize that, for example, since we were born until now, we didn't do this action, okay? Desde que nacimos hasta ahora no hicimos esta acción o no realizamos esta actividad nunca. Entonces enfatizamos cuando decimos never, okay? I have never been in London, or he has never been in London, okay? So I want you to write your sentence in the negative form. You can use never, you can use the contracted form, or you can use the full form, okay, in your negative sentence. Don't forget to use this structure, okay? I'm going to give you a minute so you can write your negative sentences. Okay, let's listen to your negative sentences. We are going to start with Helen. Do you have your negative sentence?
I have never played baseball.
I have never played baseball. Okay. Recuerden que siempre debemos pronunciar bien los verbos en past participle. ¿Ok? Porque de otra manera, especialmente los que terminan en ed, porque de otra manera pareciera que estuviéramos diciendo el verbo en su forma base, en su forma infinitiva. ¿Ok? Entonces, played. I have never played baseball. ¿Ok? Let's go with Braham, please.
I have never gone to Brazil.
Okay, very good. Mariam?
I have never visited Japan.
I have never visited Japan.
Visited.
Let's go with Rosa, please.
I have not gone to Potosí last year.
I have not gone to Potosí. Okay. Nicolas, please.
I have never been to the stadium.
I have never been to the stadium. Okay, good. Anybody else who wants to read the sentence?
I haven't broken a mirror in my life.
I haven't broken a mirror in my life. Okay, this is another expression that you can use in my life. I have never done this, okay? Good, let's continue. Let's go with the question form, okay? So here we have the present perfect in the question form. I want you to check the example here in number 1. And I want you to tell me what is the question form? How do we form the question in the present perfect?
Have or has.
Have or has. Then, after has, the subject. Very good. And then after the subject, what can you see after the subject here?
Ever.
Ever.
Okay, you can use ever to emphasize. Yes. And then, what is this?
Past participle.
The past participle form of the verb. Okay, and then the rest of the sentence. Very good. So this is the structure that you can use to write your questions in the present perfect tense. Okay, have or has according to your subject, the verb in the past participle, and the rest of the sentence. If you want to emphasize, okay, si quieren hacer un énfasis en que si alguna vez en su vida han hecho esto, pueden añadir ever, ¿ok? Después del sujeto. Let's see some examples. Have you ever cooked a cake in a microwave oven? Okay, as you can see, we are emphasizing in this sentence, so we use ever. Have you ever cooked a cake in a microwave oven? Okay, le está preguntando si alguna vez en su vida lo ha hecho. Okay. Then we have the other one. It says, has Melissa bought a new cell phone? As you can see, we change the auxiliary verb according to the subject. Okay. And here we have the examples. Have I been in London? Have you been in London? Has he been in London? Has she been in London? And if you want, you can add ever. Have I ever been in London? Has he ever been in London? Okay, so this is the form for the questions, okay? So I want you to use the structure, the grammar structure here, so you can ask a question to one of your partner, okay? So remember that you need to ask about something that your partner has experienced in the past. ¿Ok? Pregunten sobre alguna experiencia del pasado. ¿Ok? Les voy a dar unos minutitos para que hagan sus preguntas. Let's listen to your question. Remember that you have to tell me the name of your partner first. Okay, so primero dicen el nombre de su compañero y luego la pregunta para que su compañero esté atento. Okay? So we are going to start with Anna, please.
Varinia, have you ever run a marathon?
Have you ever run a marathon?
I have. I have.
¿Alguna vez ha corrido una maratón?
I have.
Entonces,
Run.
yes. Si su respuesta es corta, debe decir yes, I have.
Yes,
Okay.
I have.
Si su respuesta es negativa, no, I haven't. Ok, recordemos que siempre debemos hacer nuestras respuestas cortas con el auxiliar que tenemos adelante en nuestra pregunta. En este caso, nuestro auxiliar es el auxiliar have. Ok, y si fuera para she o para he, debería ser yes. ¿Cómo sería? Yes.
She has.
She has. Very good. She has. Or no. She hasn't. Esta es la forma en la que deben responder. Recuerden siempre con el auxiliar de la pregunta. En este caso, have or has. ¿Ok? Entonces su respuesta sería yes, I have. Right? Okay, let's go with Varinia, please. What is your partner?
Diana, you have. No.
Which one? Because we have two Dianas here. Which Diana?
Pachuri.
Pachuri. Okay, Diana?
You have. You have been. Corumba.
Ok, primero empieza la pregunta con el auxiliar.
Have Diana.
Have you, porque usted le está preguntando a ella, ¿cierto? Have you
been Corumba?
In Corumbá? Have you been in Corumbá, Diana?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Okay. Let's go with Madeline. Tell me, Madeline, what is your question? First, tell me the name of your partner, okay?
Diana.
Diana
La otra Diana.
Salvatierra, okay.
Have you gone to a concert?
Have you gone to a concert? Very good.
No, I haven't. No.
No, I haven't. Or no, I have not. Fine.
No, I haven't.
Okay, thank you. Let's go with Nayeli. Tell me, please, the name of your partner.
Helen, have you ever played Monopoly?
Played. Have you ever played Monopoly?
Playing Monopoly? Have you ever played Monopoly?
Mm-hmm. I guess she said, yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, okay, very good. Let's go with Agni, please.
Para Nisa,
Nisa.
have you ever eaten some ice cream with French fries?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Okay, Indira, what about you?
Rosa.
Rosa.
Have you ever lost a phone?
Have you ever? Have you ever?
Lost a phone.
Ah, okay. Have you ever lost a phone, a cell phone?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. Okay, Nicolás?
Para Andrés.
Andrés,
Have you played baseball?
have you played baseball?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Okay, anybody else who wants to read the question? ¿Alguien más que quiera revisar su pregunta?
Your teacher.
Please.
Melanie, have you ever listened to K-pop music?
Melanie, have you ever listened to K-pop music? Melanie, are you here? Melanie, have you ever listened to K-pop music? Melanie, can you hear me? ¿Me escucha Melanie o no? Su micrófono está apagado.
Su micrófono debe estar mal, teacher.
Let's go to Dariana. Dariana, have you ever listened to K-pop music?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. Okay, good. Do you have any questions about this? The present perfect tense? I want you to tell me how can you translate this into Spanish? For example, the affirmative sentence. I'm going to show you the affirmative here. And I want you to tell me how can you translate this into Spanish? Okay, for example, the first one. How can you translate this into Spanish? ¿Cómo lo traducirían?
He visitado Brasil muchas veces.
Varias veces.
He visitado Brasil varias veces o muchas veces, right? What about this one? Maria has gone to the beach.
María fue a la playa.
Again, please.
María fue o estuvo en la playa.
Ha ido. Ha
Ahí
ido
fue.
a la playa. Ok, si se dan cuenta, este verbo have or has es como he hecho esto. Ok, yo he visitado. María ha ido a la playa. Ok. Lo mismo
Teacher,
con... ¿Sí?
disculpe. Tengo una pregunta con el uso del gone.
Ujú.
Vi un video que decía que se usa gone cuando es como que la persona sigue haciendo la acción, digamos, María has gone to the beach, es como que María sigue en la playa, no es
Ujú.
como que, ¿está bien eso?
Yes. Ujú. Utilizamos gone, por ejemplo, aquí utilicé gone y aquí utilicé been. ¿Ok? Utilizamos been cuando la persona fue y volvió. Por ejemplo,
volvió.
I have gone to London. Yo fui hace tiempo y volví a Bolivia. ¿Ok? Pero si yo digo I have gone to London o she has gone to London, significa que la persona sigue allá, que no ha
Sí.
regresado.
Ya. Gracias, teacher. Gracias.
Okay. Okay. What about the negative sentences? Lucas hasn't watched the movie yet. What does it mean in Spanish?
Lucas no ha visto la película aún.
Sí, Lucas no ha visto la película aún, o no ha mirado la película aún, ¿cierto? Okay. Diego and Juan have never eaten majadito.
Diego y Juan nunca han comido majadito.
Nunca han comido majadito, ¿cierto? Ok, entonces ya saben que el have or has es para decir no he hecho esto o he hecho esto, ¿ok? Let's go back to the book. Ok, como ya saben, aquí ya lo ya llenamos la información de las reglas y dijimos que aquí se utilizaba have or has, en este caso, ¿cierto? Have or has, porque tenemos que conjugar have de acuerdo al sujeto, ¿cierto? Luego dijimos que utilizábamos ever for questions and never for negative sentences. Okay, in negative sentences. Okay, let's go to the exercises that you have here. It says, we use the present perfect to talk about experiences in our lives. As you can see here, we have the affirmative, negative, and question. I have been, or I've, también se puede contraer el auxiliar, perdón, el auxiliar se puede contraer y podemos decir I've been to musical festivals and rock concerts. I hasn't listened to an opera. He's never listened to an opera. Have they ever acted in a play? Como pueden ver, el ever es opcional. Ustedes pueden utilizarlo o no. ¿Ok? Yes, they have, or no, they haven't. Algo que quiero que tomen en cuenta es que muchas veces van a haber oraciones afirmativas que están contraídas. Por ejemplo, ok. A veces tengan cuidado cuando vean esta contracción. ¿Ok? Porque esta contracción significa he has. ¿Ok? Y no significa he is. ¿Ok? ¿Cómo nos damos cuenta de eso? ¿Cómo podemos darnos cuenta si es has o si es is? Por el verbo que sigue adelante, ¿cierto? Porque el verbo es un past participle. En cambio, si fuera he is, no tendría un verbo en past participle. Right? Entonces tengan cuidado con eso. Por si alguna vez ven esta contracción de his, okay, or she's. Okay, so it says, regular past participles are the same as simple past forms. As I said before, we have worked in the past simple, and for the past participle is exactly the same, worked. Okay, because this is a regular verb. But for the irregular verbs, we need to change the verb. Okay, so you need to learn the past participle forms of the irregular verbs. It says the past participle of go is gone, but we often use been for experiences. Okay, generalmente utilizamos been, ¿por qué? Porque estamos hablando de una experiencia en la que la hicimos y ya no la estamos haciendo más. Solo la experimentamos en el pasado alguna vez. ¿Ok? Entonces, como decíamos anteriormente, gone es para cuando realizamos una acción y seguimos haciéndola hasta el presente. ¿Ok? I went to London again last year. I've already been 3 times. ¿Ok? Entonces, como pueden ver, utilizamos been para hablar de experiencias. ¿Alguna pregunta acerca de lo que tenemos acá en el Grammar Panel? Okay. Let's go to the page 134. Here we have some exercises about the present perfect tense. Choose the correct words to complete the sentences. This activity is the one that we are going to do together. And the next one, you are going to do it alone, okay? For example, here we have, Lev worked as a professional dancer. What do you think we need to say here, has or have?
Has.
Has. Why? Why has?
Because it's a third person.
It's a third person, could be he, right? So Lev could be a he. No sabemos si es una mujer o un hombre, pero puede ser un hombre. What about this one? I've been to an opera.
Never.
Never.
Never been to an opera. Why never and not ever? Why did you choose never and you didn't choose ever? Why?
We use ever for
Ever
questions.
is like positive.
Again, please.
Never is negative, and ever I think is, I don't know, like
It's for
positive.
questions.
For questions. Ever is used in questions, right? And never in sentences, in negative sentences, okay? Let's go with number 3. I have or I has acted in a few plays.
Have.
Have, okay, because we have I. Have you ever or have ever you listened to jazz?
Had you ever?
Have you ever? This is the order that we follow, right? Ever after the subject. Tom doesn't work here. He's been or he's moved to a different company.
His mom.
He's moved. Se ha cambiado de compañía, ¿cierto? Aquí es donde les decía que tenemos la contracción de he has. He has moved. Okay, he's moved. Number 6. We have ever or never visited the museum in my town.
We've
Never.
ever.
Again, please.
Never.
Never. We've never visited, right? Okay. Let's go with the second exercise. I want you to do this alone, okay? Do the exercise alone. Here you have the verb to complete the sentence. It says, complete the sentences with the past participles of the verbs in the parentheses. Okay, so if you want help for the irregular verbs, you have the verbs in the page 176, okay? Do it, and then we're going to check. Okay, we're going to start with Indira. Please, can you read the first sentence?
I never foreign language.
And the verb? What verb did you use here?
No sé cómo pronunciarlo.
Ok, yo le voy a decir la oración y usted la va a repetir. Ok, algo que deben pronunciar muy bien para la contracción es el I've. I've never studied a foreign language. Okay, can you repeat the sentence, please?
I've never studied a foreign language.
Very good. I've never studied a foreign language. Very good. Let's go with a boy. Braham, please. Number 2.
I've worked in a restaurant, but I've never worked in a store.
Okay. We are going to improve a little bit the pronunciation. Okay. Recuerden que cuando avanzamos el pasado simple, habíamos hablado de la pronunciación de los verbos con ed, ¿cierto? Entonces, este verbo se pronuncia worked, como si fuera la K, y luego de la K viene una T, worked. Okay. Can you repeat the sentence, please?
I've worked in a restaurant, but I've never worked in a store.
Worked, right? Okay, thank you. Let's go with number 3. Please, Varinia.
Have you ever played volleyball?
Very good. Played. Ok, después de la I directamente viene una D. Have you ever played volleyball? Let's go with number 4. Let's go with a boy. We have few boys here. Andres, please. Number 4.
Has your mother-in-law ever stayed with you?
Very good. Stayed, right? The same here. Después de la Y, directamente la D. Stayed. Okay. Let's go with Diana Salvatierra. Number 5, please.
I never been to a classical concert.
Okay. Don't forget to pronounce the contraction. I've. Okay. Can you repeat the sentence again?
I've never been to a classical concert.
Concert. Okay. Thank you. Let's go with Luciane, please. Sentence number 6.
We've never seen a famous person.
Okay. We've never seen a famous person. Okay. Let's go with number 7. Dariana, please.
My sister haven't visited me in New York.
Number 7, please.
We never act together.
We never
Act together.
acted together. Cuando la palabra termina en T, ¿recuerdan? Cuando la palabra termina en T o D, ahí sí podemos pronunciar la ED. Acted. Okay? We've never acted together. Let's go with Anna, please. Number 8.
My sister haven't visited me in New York.
No se olvide de la S, sisters, porque de otra forma pareciera que estuviera diciendo my sister haven't. My sisters haven't. Again, please.
My sisters haven't visited me in New York.
Very good. Visited me. Como esta palabra también termina en T, ahí sí podemos pronunciar la ED del final. Visited. Okay. Nisa, the last one, please.
I've cooked a lot of Indian food.
Cooked, right? The same as worked. Como termina en K, directamente la T. Cooked. Very good. Okay. Any questions about this? ¿Alguna pregunta? Let's go to the next exercise. Exercise number 3. Write short conversations. Use the present perfect, it says. So here we have the sentences. We have some words. You need to order the words to form questions and answers. Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute so you can do it by yourself, and then we can check. Let's check your conversations. We're going to start with number 1, okay? Please, Liliana and Marian, can you do the first conversation?
Okay. Have you ever gone to Peru?
Marian?
I have never been to South America.
Okay, remember when we are asking about experience or experiences, we change the verb go to been. Okay, so the correct question is, have you been to Peru? Okay, and the answer is no, comma. I've never.
¿Gone es solo cuando sigue allá, teacher?
Yes. I've never been to South America. Okay. Let's
Teacher.
go with, yes?
Y en la primera, el ever.
Ah, yes, I forgot the ever. Here you can write the ever. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go with number 2, please. Madeline and Nicolas. Can you do conversation number 2?
Have your mom ever studied English?
Yes. She has studied in German too.
Okay. Have your mom
Ever
studied
English?
And yes, she has studied German too. Okay. Sorry. She has studied German too. What about this one? Number 3, please. Diana de Los Ángeles and Luciane.
Have Charlie and Kate played rock music?
No, but they have played classical music.
Again, please. The question. Have Charlie and Kate
Ever played rock music?
No, don't forget played. Okay. Rock music. Okay, and the answer is no.
No, but they have played classical music.
Very good. No, but they have played classical music. Okay, very
Teacher,
good.
en
Yes?
la segunda no es has your mom.
Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you, Andres. Yes, because mom, your mom is she, right? Has your mom ever studied English? Recuerden que mom is she, right? Has your mom ever studied English? Yes, she has studied. Very good.
Teacher.
Yes.
Disculpe, sigo sin entender en la 1 o bueno, en la ¿por qué have you ever been y no have you ever gone?
Okay. Okay. When we are talking about experiences, we always use been, okay? Cuando hablamos de experiencias, siempre utilizamos been, no utilizamos gone. ¿Por qué? Cuando utilizo, voy a poner un ejemplo aquí. She, lo vamos a poner. She has gone to Europe. Ok, y voy a poner el otro con been. She has been to Europe. Ok. En la primera oración, ella continúa en Europa. No sé dónde ponerlo. En la primera oración, ella continúa en Europa. Ok, imagínense que es la mamá la que está hablando con su amiga y le dice, y le habla de su hija y le dice, she has gone to Europe. Mi hija se ha ido a Europa. Y ella continúa en Europa. ¿Ok? Pero cuando dice she has been to Europe, significa que ella fue. En algún tiempo en el pasado, ella fue. Puede ser el año pasado o hace 3 años. Entonces, ella fue, pero ya volvió, ya está en Bolivia. ¿Ok? Y como dice en el libro, cuando hablamos de experiencias pasadas, algo que experimentamos, pero ya se acabó, nosotros utilizamos been. ¿Ok? Cuando hablamos de experiencias pasadas. No sé si le quedó un poco más claro.
Sí, teacher. Gracias, ahora.
Okay. Good. Let's go back to page 103. Aquí tienen también todo lo de el present perfect, ever and never. Okay. Todas las mismas instrucciones que yo les di. Okay. Entonces, pueden leerlo también. Okay. Let's go to page 103.